In this lecture, I am going to talk about a coherent FSK demodulator at passband. Meaning, I have passband signal. The input signal is a passband signal, and the matched filter also a passband matched filter. In the previous lecture, I discussed about the demodulation of a binary baseband orthogonal signaling waveform, and this also similar to that one. So the passband demodulation is also similar to the demodulation of a binary baseband orthogonal signaling waveform. Now when I say binary, it means two, right? So everybody knows this. Now I am going to use two waveforms. Let me call the waveform S tilde of t. Since it is a passband waveform, I am going to use this notation tilde and S1 of t. There are two waveforms. For bit 1, I am going to transmit S not tilde of t. For bit 0, I am going to use S1 tilde of t. These are the two waveforms I am going to use it. Now this S tilde of t in the passband I can written as like S not real part of t. It modulates the cosine carrier cos of 2 pi f naught t minus S sub I of t times sine of 2 pi f naught t. Similarly, this one is going to be S1 r of t. It modulated by cos of 2 pi f naught t minus S1 imaginary component or quadrature component times sine of 2 pi f naught t. These are the two passband pulses that I am going to use, that I am going to transmit at the transmitter. Okay, now this waveform is modulated by the noise, and the noise is now going to be a passband noise. Therefore your passband noise n tilde of t is also given by n sub r of t times cosine of 2 pi f naught t, then minus the imaginary component or quadrature component times sine of 2 pi f naught t. Fine. Now at the transmitter you transmit either S tilde of t or S1 tilde of t, any one waveform you are transmitting, and this waveform is contaminated by the noise n tilde of t. Okay, and this is what you are transmitting at the receiver. Now at the transmitter you are transmitting this waveform at the transmitter, or no, instead of saying this, let me remove this guy. So now this is what you are receiving at the receiver, or let me, the received waveform is V of t. Okay, and your V of t is going to be your transmitter signal S tilde of t, either S naught of t or S1 of t plus n tilde of t, and this is S1 tilde of t plus n tilde of t, any one waveform, either this or this one. You are not going to transmit both at a time. So this is a received waveform, and this received waveform is a passband waveform, passband pulse, not at the baseband pulse. Now the output of the filter is given below. I will insert the figure here. Insert pictures and done. Yeah. Okay, so this is a picture. Okay, so your V of t is given here. Okay, V of t, this V of t is, your V of t is equal to the transmitted pulse, either S tilde of t times n tilde of t or S1 tilde of t times plus n tilde of t, any one pulse, either this or that one, any one is received here, and the matched filter is a passband matched filter here. Okay, so this is S sub r of minus t cos of 2 pi f naught t plus S sub this one is I actually, s sub I of t, I of minus t sine 2 pi f naught t, and here also s1 r of minus t cos 2 pi f naught t, and this is s1 and this one is I of t minus sine 2 pi f naught t. And moreover here these two pulses are orthogonal pulses, s naught tilde of t and s1 tilde of t, both are orthogonal passband pulses, orthogonal passband pulses. Now the output of the filter is given by there are two matched filters here. Let me say this is the upper matched filter. Let me call u0 of t, and this one let me call u1 of t. And at the transmitter you are not going to transmit only one pulse, you are going to transmit sequence of pulses. Therefore the transmitted pulse I can say c of t is written as summation over al times s naught tilde of t minus lt, l prime is equal to minus infinity plus infinity, plus al, this also prime, bar times s1 tilde of t minus lt. This is the transmitted waveform or transmitted pulse. Transmitted pulse. So sequence of pulses you are transmitting many pulses, okay, every bit interval you are transmitting one pulse. Therefore it is the summation comes because of the many intervals you are going to use it. That's why we put l prime equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. That means you start from minus infinity, then keep on comes, let's say minus 2, minus 1, then 0, then 1, then it goes like this 2 and goes like that. Okay, so this is the first bit interval, second bit interval, third bit interval, minus 1th interval, like that. So there are many intervals. So each interval you are transmitting one pulse will be transmitted. So which pulse you are going to transmit based on the incoming bit sequence. If 1 comes you transmit s0 tilde of t, and if 0 comes you transmit s1 tilde of t. That's it. So therefore sequence of pulses you are transmitting, every bit you are transmitting one pulse. Therefore your received pulse v of t is equal to your transmitted pulse c of t plus the noise n tilde of t. Okay, so this I can write as summation over al prime s naught tilde of t minus l prime t plus al prime bar s1 tilde of t minus lt l prime t, then plus n tilde of t. This is the received waveform v of t. Now what is the output of the matched filter? U of t. Output is denoted by u sub 0 of t, first matched filter, or I can say top matched filter. Okay, so this one is, so the 0 indicates top matched filter. Okay, so u0 of t, which is the v of t, is convolved with the impulse response of the matched filter. The impulse response is given here. If you look at, this is the impulse response, s sub so r of minus t cos of 2 pi f naught t plus s sub o I of minus t sine of 2 pi f naught t. That is the impulse response. For the time being, let me use the notation, this one. So this is going to be summation of, this is l prime minus infinity plus infinity. Okay, so this is going to be al prime s naught tilde of t minus l prime t convolved with the passband pulse. Let me denote s naught tilde of minus t. So this one is this impulse response. I am going to denote by, let me use another color. This I am going to denote by s naught tilde of minus t, and this one I am going to denote by s1 tilde of minus t. Passband pulses. This is passband impulse response. impulse response, and this also pass band impulse response. So I have two filters here. So each filter has its own impulse responses. So this is going to be this one for top filter. So this is the impulse response of the top filter plus AL prime dash S naught tilde of t minus L prime t convolved with the S naught tilde of minus t. Okay. Then plus n tilde of t convolved with the S naught tilde of minus t. This is the output of the first matched filter. Okay, now let me call this as in short notation n naught prime of t, okay, to shorten the notation. And now if you look at here, this is S naught, sorry, this is S1, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, this is S1. This is S1 and here S naught, both are orthogonal. If you convolve the orthogonal signals, then it leads to 0, so no need to worry. And this one now gives the value a Nyquist pulse. Okay, so this S naught tilde of t convolved with the S naught tilde, and it's a complex conjugate. You put a star here, complex conjugate of minus t. It is going to be the Nyquist pulse. Once you do the convolution, you will get a Nyquist pulse, and the moment you sample the Nyquist pulse at t equal to LT, then it gives 1. Maximum value 1 will be given. So therefore at t equal to LT, at the sampling instant, it becomes 1. Therefore this is going to be AL prime plus 1 plus, and this is 0 plus n0 prime of LT. So I can write like this. So this is u of LT, or if you want one more step, I can write down here straight away. Instead of writing this, let me write properly. So u of t is equal to summation over AL prime, let me call this as R of t minus L prime t plus 0 plus n0 prime of t. I can write like this, and L equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, and this is the convolution of two pulses, and that is going to be the Nyquist pulse. Nyquist pulse. Okay, so the Nyquist pulse has the response of 0 over other symbol intervals. Suppose if you consider the Lth interval, in this interval the response of this the response of the Nyquist pulse will be 0. If you consider this interval, you find the response in this interval, and in the meanwhile, if you find the response, what is the contribution of the pulse from this interval, then it will be 0. Okay, therefore since you have many pulses, like if you expand this summation, you have many pulses, like you have the pulse for L minus 1th interval, first interval, Lth interval, L plus first interval, L plus second interval, then L minus second interval, and so on and so forth. It is a summation, infinite summation. So every bit interval you have one pulse. Every bit interval you have one pulse. But what happens, since it is a Nyquist pulse, it does not contribute anything to other pulse interval. Suppose if you consider only Lth bit interval, then there is no contribution by this Nyquist pulse to other subsequent bit intervals or the previous bit interval. Say this is the previous bit interval, and this one is next bit interval. If you consider the Lth bit interval, in the Lth bit interval we have the Nyquist pulse. So the Nyquist pulse will not give any contribution to the next bit interval as well as to the previous bit interval. So why are we choosing like this? Because to avoid the inter-symbol interference. If it is not Nyquist pulse, then the contribution of the Lth output will going to give some some amount of interference to the next bit interval. So therefore you have to design a pulse such that it should not interfere with the next bit interval. That is why we are assuming this. So in this summation, like infinite terms, only one term is going to contribute to us because of the Nyquist pulse assumption. So this is going to be AL, that is Lth bit interval. So this AL prime becomes AL R of t minus LT, okay, plus 0 plus N0 prime times LT. So you can write like this. So this is U of t. This is the output of your first matched filter. Now you need to sample this matched filter. Sample it. If you sample it, what will happen? Since it is a Nyquist pulse, then it becomes 1 here. And therefore, this is going to be AL. Some scaling factor will be there that we are not going to consider. Let us assume AL. AL plus, this is 0 actually. AL plus 0 plus N0 prime of, I'm sorry, this is not T. This is T. Now it becomes LT. So this is U of LT, U sub 0. So this is the output of the first filter. Therefore, U sub 0 of LT, which is equal to AL, the output of the first matched filter. In the same way, I'm sorry, this let me denote by, let me use some other notation. This I can say N0 prime L, okay. This is output of top filter after sampling, top matched filter. By the same way, if you do the for the bottom matched filter, it is going to be AL bar plus N1L prime. So this is the bottom matched filter. Okay, so these are the two equations. Now what is the next step? We need to take a decision based on the sampled value at, so we have to take this decision for every sampling instant. Okay, now how do you take the decision? You compare this equation number, let's say 1, and this is equation number 2, and compare these two guys, and whichever is greater, you decide that one. Suppose in case U naught of LT is bigger, then you decide bit 1 was transmitted. In case if U1 was bigger, then you decide U1 bit 0 was transmitted. So that is one way of transmitting, but no, one way of taking decision. But the other way is to test which of the two filter outputs is larger, is to test whether the difference in the two filter output is positive or negative. Okay, you take the difference of these two guys. How do you take difference? You subtract one from the other. U of LT minus U1 of LT. And if it is greater than 0, then you decide bit 0. If U naught of LT minus U1 of LT is less than 0, then decide, I'm sorry, this is bit 1 and this is bit 0. You decide bit 0 was transmitted. So based on the difference, if the difference is positive, you decide bit 1, and if the difference is negative, you decide bit 0 was transmitted. So that's how the demodulator works. Okay, so you have the passband pulses, and the passband pulses given to the passband matched filter, and output of the matched filter is sampled at t equal to LT. If you do the t equal to LT, then you'll get the real value. That value is going to be AL because it's a Nyquist pulse after all. Okay, and then the noise contribution is given by N0 L prime and N0 L prime, and moreover, if you do the subtraction, noise will not be subtracted. Even though you take the subtraction like N0 L prime minus no, let me write on the complete expression. U0 of LT minus U1 of LT, which is equal to AL plus N0 L prime minus AL bar minus N0, sorry, this is not 0, it is 1. It is 1 times L prime, and these two will not subtract each other because the noise variance equal, this also has N0 by 2, this already we have discussed, this also N0 by 2. So whenever you subtract two random variables, that will not subtract each other. In fact, the noise power will be doubled when you add or subtract two random variables, independent random variables or uncorrelated random variables, then noise will be doubled, it will not be subtracted out. Therefore, in any way, the subtraction operation will not help us to reduce the amount of noise. The moment you add the noise, uncorrelated noise, the moment you add or subtract the uncorrelated noise, that is not going to help us. Okay, in fact, frankly speaking, it gives some kind of trouble for us. Like it increases the noise power, so the noise power will be doubled up. So here the noise power is n0 by 2, and here the noise power is n0 by 2. After subtraction, the noise power becomes n0, which is n0 by 2 plus n0 over 2. So noise power will be doubled up once you subtract the two noises. That you can prove it mathematically. It's very simple and straightforward to prove it. Okay. And so if the subtracted quantity is positive, then you decide bit 1, and if it is negative, then you decide bit 0. So that's how you do the demodulation for FSK signal, frequency shift keying signal. So in that the frequency is not shifted, only the basic pulse shape is chosen such that the two waveforms are orthogonal. So you can decide the orthogonal signal in two ways: either you shifting the frequency or you change the pulse shape. So any one way you can do that. The same kind of operation you can use it here. In fact, let me do the figure, insert the figure one more time. View, draw, then insert, pictures, recent. Yeah. Now here you can choose F0 here. You can choose F0 in this filter. F0 here, and you can choose F1 here. Okay. So yeah, either way you can use it. Suppose if you have frequency shift keying with the frequency F0 and F1, then you can choose this is F0 and this is F1. But the filter is tuned to some other. This filter is tuned to the frequency F0, and this filter is tuned to frequency F1. There are two frequencies, but no need to use two different pulses. You can use same pulse S of t, and here also you can use S of t. The pulse shape is same, but the frequencies are different. Here F0 and here F1, the two filters are tuned to two different frequencies. So in that way also you can design the orthogonal signals, frequency shift keying signals. So one is cos of 2 pi F0 t, and the other one is cos of 2 pi F1 t. The in phase component is modulated by cos of 2 pi F0 t, and here the in phase component is modulated by cos of 2 pi F1 t, and the quadrature phase component is modulated by sin of 2 pi F1 t, and here sin of 2 pi F0 t, and here sin of 2 pi F01 t. So cos 2 pi F1 t, sin 2 pi F1 t, and here cos 2 pi F0 t, sin 2 pi F0 t. There are two frequencies. These two frequencies are orthogonal. F0 and F1 are chosen such that cos 2 pi F1 t and cos 2 pi F0 t both are orthogonal. So in that way also you can design. See, the structure is same and operation is same, nothing will change. But the filter matched filter response will be slightly changed. That's all. So that is the only difference that you are going to use it. If you want, I can redraw the diagram. So you have the filter, and here it is going to be S r of t times minus r of t times cos of 2 pi F0 t plus S I of minus t times sin of 2 pi F0 t, and here same pulse S sub r of minus t cos of 2 pi F0 t plus S sub I of minus t. This is 1 sin of 2 pi F1 t, and plus, and this is plus. You take the subtraction and do the sampling. Okay, then you put a threshold detector. Okay, polarity detector at time t equal to LT. So this is t equal to LT, and polarity detector here. Okay, so the output is 0 or 1. That's it. So that in this way also you can design the passband FSK demodulator. Okay, so this is also a coherent demodulator for demodulating the frequency shift keying signals at passband signals. So here the input is passband. So So with this, let me stop at this point. In the next lecture we will continue from this point. Thank you very much.